I'm here with my brother-in-law, Seth Ready, in his, do you call this an apartment, a house? What is this?
Loft.
Love the loft
We're going
space.
fancy here, bro. We're calling it loft.
Loft space, and so less than a year ago, you totally remodeled this place, and now it is where you live, like this is their house, but also a music studio, video podcast studio, and live music space. So we're gonna have you show us around.
All right.
Let's do it. Do you know what this space was before you guys moved in?
I think it's been many things over many years, from a restaurant to all sorts of stuff. The last thing it was, they manufactured wedding dresses, I'm pretty sure.
Now, what was the state of this place when you moved in?
Rough.
So how much did you redo? I mean, pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. There was only one standing little thing here that was kind of like a unit that we knocked down and then just cleared out everything. There was a bathroom, knocked down, you know, most of those walls and left it like an open space pretty much.
And are these bricks original?
They are original, part of the 1900 build out.
So it's over 100 years old.
Over 100 years old, yep.
So why don't you walk back and tell me about this space back here?
We wanted to create kind of like something that could be used for live music and you know, podcasts with an audience type thing. So we tried to create sort of like a hybrid of a coffee cafe, you know, space with music, little electric fireplace here. We also took out, so if you look down at the other end of the house, this ceiling went all the way to the end. And so when I walked up in the attic, I saw the wood that goes across, and I was like, man, that would look amazing if I could open that up and then put like a balcony up here where we could also have people sitting up here watching, you know, the live performances. And
this is like a downtown spot, so right outside, you have like street. How's that been with recording?
Not very easy. So it's like, I love that, like you can, you know, see this and you get the fun, you know, city vibes and all that kind of stuff, but the noise level has been a challenge. So we built this studio to try to like shield off as much of that as possible, but I'm actually still trying to work that out and figure it out. For the live stuff, I don't mind having a little road noise, you know what I mean? Just kind of having that realistic feel.
So take us into the actual studio.
Yep. Going in here, we popped this wall. We built this wall up, tried to limit the noise. I wanted to keep the brick wall because we do podcasting. And so I always kind of wanted to have a brick wall option, and then we could always drop something in front of it if we want to, but I liked that look and put the LED for our podcast there. And then, so the next thing I did, I wanted to make sure we had this like window, so if we do actually record stuff out there as well, if we wanted to set up a drum kit or full band, or even the live events, we could see through it. So I went with these inch thick, put them everywhere, and it did help quite a bit with the bouncing. I don't know if it's like the best possible option out there, but it helped quite a bit. Then the biggest challenge though for us was this window noise. So first of all, I had to go in here and fill in all the cracks because it was coming through. Then I bought this honeycomb shade. I thought that would knock down it more than it does, but it does help quite a bit, you know, a little bit. Then I got these soundproof, really thick, heavy curtains and put it over. Got all that done, and I was like, here we go. Still coming through strong. So I actually built this thing, and I put the pads on each side. Now you can hear I don't know if you can hear these. We get that all the time here. It's like a major main street in this city, so we get a lot of big trucks and stuff. So I take this, and I just stick it in the window. Under here, I made this space here for it to go. Then I put this down, pull this over, and it does it enough to where we can pretty much get a session. It's like playing t-ball in the street though. You kind of like car coming, you know, so every now and then we got to stop and just wait as a big, you know, semi goes by.
We'll get to the video podcast gear in a second, but you also record music in here and like vocals. So tell me, what mic you're using and what is this setup?
It's called an Aston Origin. I think don't quote me on this, but I believe it's made from car parts, maybe Aston Martin kind of thing. I'm not sure about that last part, but it is made from car parts. It's a UK brand. So we were working with a producer over there, and he had this mic mic, and we really just like how it captured the high end and just clarity and stuff like that. Not a very expensive mic, actually. It's kind of lower price for a condenser mic, but it's been really good for us. So we do that. Pop filter this. I usually turn it just so, like, just in case if there was any bouncing, like it's just limiting that, you know, and we get a pretty tight sound in here. I run this into this Avalon, which is kind of, you know, just a standard, you know, every studio will usually have that. That's a decent studio, is a basic go-to for preamp and EQ and that kind of thing.
And so for this desk, like the whole setup, you recently got this new Mac, right? How's that been working out?
Yeah, it's great. The M2 Pro, it's been amazing.
And that runs everything basically. You got the audio interface, you got your MIDI keyboard.
It's a little messy right now because we're kind of in between stuff.
That's my fault. That's right. I'm not saying it, but it's my fault because I'm video podcasting over here.
Nah, it's all good.
But now you're also keeping this guy around. What's this guy?
Yeah, man, this is my go-to. Like you can't stop this thing, man. She's like, you know, when you watch the Marvel movies and you go down in the basement with the old school stuff and that old equipment that's still working it out, this is the brains of the operation. But
and then what's your audio interface over here is a Scarlett 18920, right? Yeah. And then you have these two SM7Bs, but so you got the Cloudlifter after these, right?
Right. So from these, I run it into the Cloudlift down here, and I just keep it in the back of this so I don't have to deal with the cords and stuff. I keep it in channels 5 and 6, and so you just, because the Cloudlift you have to have phantom power, so I just, you know, pop that on, roll this out, and we're ready to go for the podcast. We use this for the podcast. So, and occasionally though, like if we do something live, like live music, we can sing here. She can play guitar, I can play the keys, and we can just stream it out if we want to do something like that. So
that's all. Now we've been rating some setups. So I think your audio gear is awesome. Now the video gear right here. Now this guy.
Listen. We can't, you know, we got to do it in stages. You know what I'm saying? You got to save up for that next level. But you know, it's decent. But I would say that's the weakest part of our little setup here, is we want to eventually get something better on the video side. But
you do video podcasts in here, and you do music. You got an awesome background. The brick wall looks great. You know, I've been doing some videos on that. So one of the speakers, by the way, you got monitors over here?
Yeah, these JBLs, had these for many years. They're strong, you know, powerful. They give me the range of stuff I need, you know. Again, like the big studios will have those, you know, major ones and then a little small one to go back and forth a lot of times. But these have been pretty good, especially for what we do here, so.
Well, that's a tour of my brother-in-law Seth's music and video podcast studio. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below this video. Let us know what you know about this studio, or if you have questions about your own studio you're building, we'd love to help answer you there. And where can people check out your music? Because I know you guys got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just Seth and Nirva, SETHANDNIRVA. We're on all the streaming platforms. So
we'll put links to that in the video description as well. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.